Welcome to the Dave's World YouTube channel, your home for automotive mechanical entertainment. So this video is part of my car review section on the channel. I had the pleasure of working on this 2021 Audi A5. If you want to check out the customization video, if you click on the top right corner, you can see from beginning to end what I did to this car on a budget. I decided while I had the car in my care, I filmed the video on a POV drive and talked about things I liked, things I didn't like, and I decided to bring my subscribers along with me and check the car out while I was working on this car. But before I play this video for everyone, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can see some future updates on my channel whenever I post them. Thank you again, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy.
Okay. So I figured this would be fun. Let's talk about things that I like about the Audi A5. For starters, it has a heated steering wheel. I love a heated steering wheel, especially in the winter. It has heated and cooled seats. A lot of times I find that I would use a heated and cooled seat more than the actual air conditioning. It has a pretty good interface with using buttons. I like the touch feel, the stainless steel. I like how everything feels when you click the buttons. I like how everything feels when you actually touch the materials, like the steering wheel and the door panels and the buttons on the doors. I like the way the transmission shifts. I also like the way the car handles. It has a pretty good handling feel. And I really like the way the gauges look. They have very nice, vibrant, bright, clear gauges. There's a lot of options in the gauges for you to choose from, but the two basic things which I like are the tach and the speedometer. Though it's not a sports car, at least you have those if you like motorsports. It also has paddle shifters. You know, at any moment you can upshift or downshift as long as the transmission's in sport mode, and it'll let you manually control what gear you're in, which is really cool. The handling, I think I might have mentioned it, but the handling I thought was really nice on a car. Considering it's a four-door car, the car handles really well. And I'm not surprised because, you know, the car is from Germany and they have the Nürburgring, and pretty much everything is tested on the Nürburgring out there for cars. So I'm not surprised that this four-door handles really well. It really does, even though it's a big, long car, feel like a small car on the inside. So driving it around isn't... It doesn't feel cumbersome like if you were driving like that Suburban in front of me or my Silverado. It has a very nice compact car feel to it. It's sort of a sporty way as well. I like all the stainless steel that is on the car. You know, the stainless steel makes the cabin feel a little bit more high-end. What else? I guess what I'll also do is talk about things I don't like about the car. It has a pretty powerful engine, but what I don't like is the engine doesn't have a really sporty sound. It just has a very generic sound, like a hum, like a generator. I don't want to insult Audi. I know it is one of their best engines, but at the same time, I would like more of a performance sound. The car has a little bit of road noise. You know, it could just be the tires, but considering the car only has 2,800 miles on it, this is pretty much what you get. I would have liked a softer tire. I would imagine this might be a run flat tire, which is probably why you get sort of a harsher feel to the road and a little bit of road noise. I do like how it has magnetic ride, but at the same time, the car in its softest setting is probably not as soft as I would like to feel, and the hardest setting, it's really jarring. So it is great that you have that option, but at the same time, I don't think it was adjusted properly. I know there are companies like Dynon. They do tunable suspension maps, so maybe it's something, you know, you can get a tune later, just like if you wanted to add horsepower to the car. You could literally plug into a computer and change a few things. I don't know if you can do that with the suspension, but it's possible. Another thing I don't like is, for a big car, it does feel kind of cramped on the inside. They do make you feel like you're in a small car, but at the same time, it's a little bit cramped. I would imagine if I had 4 adults in here, it wouldn't be as nice as if I, you know, as driving with no one in the car. I feel like I would have to have my seat forward a little bit more than I would like. Forward visibility, rear visibility I really like in the car. Side visibility is really good. Would I have liked a larger braking system? Yes. I think in this day and age, single piston calipers should just not exist, or maybe you could save them for a very light car. You know, this car, when I was checking online, seems to be right around 4,000 pounds. I would like to have seen maybe a 2-piston caliper and like a 13-inch rotor. This car has single piston calipers with like a 12-inch rotor, which look a lot like the Volkswagen brakes on like a Jetta, but the Jetta is like 1,000 pounds lighter, so I don't know why this car would share the same braking system. I would like to see, for the amount of money that this car is sold for, to at least have a 4-piston caliper or a larger rotor. The trunk space is pretty big on the car, which is great, and the materials the seats are made out of is really nice. I do like that as well. The audio system sounds good, but at the same time, it's a little awkward navigating the system to get to the audio. I like the way the steering wheel looks. The steering wheel is a really nice steering wheel. It looks almost Audi R8-ish, depending on what year you buy, which I'm glad they're trickling down some of that sports car feel into the lower model cars. And even though this is a high-end car, compared to an R8, this is a lower model vehicle. It would have been really cool maybe to get one of these with a 10-cylinder in it. I'm not really sure if that's what they do anymore. I'm not sure if they're even allowed to put big engines in the cars anymore, but it would be really nice to have like almost like a BMW M5 where they have the Lamborghini 10-cylinder in it. It would be cool if they did the same thing to this car, but then it would probably be a 6-figure car. So I hope you guys are enjoying this point of view style of review. I don't normally do reviews on cars, but I do enjoy reviewing and driving different cars, and I do have a different, you know, any kind of different take on a car that you can get that's on the internet is great. You always want to see different perspectives, and this is a review where I'm not being paid to make. I'm talking about this car because I have access to the car. I don't like watching review videos where people are basically paid to talk about the car, because it's going to be done in sort of a biased way. This is me talking about the car because it's how I feel, it's what I think and what I see, and I'm doing it for fun. I enjoy this. So it's not my car, but I have it for the day because I'm customizing it, and I figured I'd talk about it a little bit.